Hey there, welcome to another episode of Hanging with You in my kitchen space. In today's episode, I'll be making some eggs that you can accompany with some ugali or any other favorite starch of your choice. And with me here, I have my list of ingredients. And from this corner, I have my eggs that I've already washed and wiped, so they are very clean. I have my soy sauce, but this is optional. You can also do without, but I like adding some soy sauce just for the color. I have my cooking oil, I have my coriander stems, my onions, some capsicum, my tomatoes, and I've grated some garlic on top. For the list of spices, I have some chicken masala, paprika, and some black pepper. I have some salt, and finally I have my coriander leaves. And without further ado, let's get started. So before we start cooking, this is how I like going about my eggs. I'm going to crack them. And also I've mentioned that I've already washed my eggs, and this is just in case an eggshell gets into the eggs. You do not have to worry about that because our eggs are clean. I'm going to crack my eggs. Then I'm going to whisk this. Now that the yolk is well broken down, I'm going to take my spices and I'm just going to mix them. And this process ensures that you have your eggs well seasoned because you're making some huge chunks of eggs because you do not like the runny eggs. So I'm just going to season my egg, and then I'm also going to go in with some coriander leaves, and this ensures that every bite is well seasoned. Then I'm going to mix this properly. I'm also going to add some salt. Then this is ready, and let's get started. And one tip is do not leave your fork inside your eggs because your eggs are going to become very runny. Once my pan is hot enough, I'll go in with about a tablespoon of cooking oil. Then, once this is also hot, I'll go in with my onions. Then I'm going to cook this till they start becoming translucent. Then at this point I'll go in with my tomatoes and my garlic. We need to cook this till all the tomatoes are well broken down. So I'm going to first end the process by adding a pinch of salt. Then I'll cover this and let the tomatoes break down. Since my tomatoes are not breaking down how I like them, I'm just going to go in with some little bit of water. Then I'll also give this a couple of minutes so that it can become a paste. So this should be okay. I'll go in with my coriander stems as well as my capsicum. And remember, we have already salted our paste, so we do not need to add more salt because we are also going to add some soy sauce. Then I'll go in with my spices at this point, and that will season our vegetables. Then I'll add just a small amount of water to loosen things up. Then I'm going to cover this for about a minute so that my capsicums can soften. Then I'll go back. Then at this point, I'll go in with my eggs and I'm just going to mix it a little bit. Then pour it on top. And if you start mixing your eggs at this point, you'll end up having very runny eggs, kama QGB, and that's not what I want. So I'm going to let this sit for about a minute so that it can harden at the bottom part. Then we can start turning it slowly by slowly. Now that you can see that the bottom part has already hardened, this is the time I like to start korogaring. And I like some pretty huge chunks, not extremely huge, but something significant. And it's at this point that you cook your eggs how you like them. I like my eggs well done, so I'm going to cook them till they become totally dry. If at all you like runny eggs, you can get them off the fire at this point. And you can see these are the chunks I was talking about. Yeah, sio inakaa uji hapa. So you can see that my eggs are almost dry at this point, but I don't prefer this white, so I'm just going to go in with a small amount of soy sauce just to add some little bit of color. And as I mentioned, the soy sauce is completely optional, you can leave that out. So this is just to enhance the color, and you can add as much as you like. So I'll give it about a minute before sauce ingiane na the milk. Then our milk will be basically done. Wow, and you can see how beautiful this looks. And our milk is done. And how easy was that? I'll switch that off, then garnish this with some coriander leaves. And this is ready to be plated. As you've seen, it was that easy. I've served mine with some steamed cabbage and some avocado and ugali, and let's dig in. I love this. And these are steamed cabbage. And just listen to the crunch. This is so good. And you can see the huge chunks, just how I like them. As usual, we have to try with the whole combination. And I'll start with my eggs, some cabbages, and an avocado. Well, this is slapping inaingiaje kwa nini? This is legit. And that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed. I also hope you learned something new. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.